The night stretches endlessly, a quiet ocean of darkness, and yet within it, a hidden life stirs. The world outside sleeps, unaware of the stories that unfold behind closed eyes in the secret theater of our minds. Every twitch of a finger beneath the covers, every restless turn, every fleeting dream, they are not random. They are messages, written in a language older than words, a map of who we truly are. Imagine the moonlight spilling across your room, casting shadows that dance like fragments of your own thoughts. You lie there, caught between wakefulness and the void, and the rhythm of your breath becomes a pulse that echoes your inner world. Some drift into deep, undisturbed slumber while others wake with the dawn, heavy with restless thoughts, as if the night itself has refused them rest. What secrets do these nightly habits hold? What truths about your temperament, your fears, your desires could be hidden in the very way you surrender to sleep? Sleep is often dismissed as a simple necessity, a pause between days. Yet it is far more than that. It is a mirror, a subtle and unyielding reflection of the mind, of personality, of the essence that defines us. And tonight we embark on a journey to uncover this hidden dimension. Not into dreams alone, but into the silent, profound dialogue between your consciousness and the night. Here, in the stillness, lies the story of you. Long before the world measured time in hours and minutes, before alarm clocks dictated our mornings and screens stole our nights, humans lived in a rhythm dictated by the sun and the stars. Sleep was not a passive state. It was a vital part of life, a sanctuary where the mind and body intertwined, shaping thoughts, moods, and actions. Yet, even then, it was clear that no two sleepers were the same. Some would awaken with the dawn, bright and alert, ready to embrace the day, while others lingered in the shadows, reluctant to leave the arms of night. The fascination with sleep and its connection to who we are began long ago in whispers of folklore and in the careful observations of early healers and philosophers. They noticed a pattern. Those who slept lightly were often more restless, more sensitive to the world around them. Those who slept deeply seemed grounded, steady, and sometimes secretive. Every habit, every pattern told a story of temperament, of hidden strengths, of inner fears. But understanding this was not simple. Sleep was a mystery wrapped in darkness. Its cycles were invisible to the eye, its truths buried within the brain. Yet the spark of curiosity persisted. Scientists, philosophers, and poets alike began to ask the same question. Could the way we sleep reveal the core of our being? Could the gentle rhythm of inhalation and exhalation, the timing of our dreams, and the patterns of our restfulness hold a mirror to the soul? The first step into this unknown was small, almost imperceptible, a simple observation of patterns. Yet it opened a door to a world both intimate and profound, a world where the ordinary act of closing one's eyes each night became a lens into the extraordinary complexity of the human psyche. And so the journey began, driven by curiosity and the irresistible pull of the hidden truths that sleep might reveal. In these quiet hours, in the spaces between dreams and consciousness, the birth of understanding awaited, a realization that who we are may be written not in our words or actions, but in the silent, nightly choreography of our minds. As the centuries passed, the study of sleep moved from whispered observations to the laboratories of science, where curiosity met method and mystery met measurement. Researchers began to map the cycles of the night, unveiling the hidden architecture of slumber, light sleep, deep sleep, and the fleeting, enigmatic stage of REM, where dreams spark like fireflies in the dark. Each stage, it seemed, carried its own signature, a rhythm that mirrored the inner life of the sleeper. And then came the discoveries that bridged the gap between sleep and personality. Morning larks and night owls, insomniacs and deep sleepers, each bore traits that extended far beyond the bedroom. Studies revealed that early risers often carried a disciplined, organized energy, a natural optimism that greeted the day like a promise. Night owls, in contrast, harbored creativity and curiosity, their minds dancing with ideas in hours when the world was still. Restless sleepers showed heightened sensitivity, an alertness to the subtle textures of life, while those who moved little in their sleep often radiated calm and patience, a quiet strength that anchored them through chaos. The more researchers observed, the clearer the picture became. Sleep was not merely a biological function. It was a language, and our habits were its grammar. The way we fall asleep, the positions we assume, the regularity or irregularity of our cycles, all were clues to a larger story, a narrative written in shadows and light. People began to see themselves in new ways, as if a hidden map of their temperament, their desires, and their fears had been revealed in the simple act of closing their eyes. It was not only science that contributed to this understanding. Across cultures, stories, and traditions, the patterns of sleep were woven into the understanding of human nature. Philosophers contemplated the night as a mirror to the soul. Artists drew inspiration from dreams and the ineffable energy of twilight hours. And psychologists began to quantify what had long been felt, the intimate connection between the rhythms of rest and the rhythms of character. Through this convergence of observation, experimentation, and human insight, the mystery of sleep began to unravel thread by delicate thread. What was once dismissed as a mundane necessity was revealed as a complex, intimate reflection of self. And as we stand at the edge of this revelation, one truth becomes clear. To study sleep is to study the human heart, to witness the hidden architecture of personality in motion. Yet for every answer uncovered, a shadow of uncertainty lingers, beckoning us to look deeper, to confront the contradictions and conflicts that sleep may conceal. Yet with every revelation came a shadow of doubt, a fracture in the delicate mirror of understanding. For as scientists and thinkers delved deeper, they discovered a paradox. Sleep, that sacred sanctuary, could betray as much as it revealed. The patterns that seemed to define us were not fixed. They shifted, twisted by stress, trauma, and the unseen currents of life. The night that once illuminated personality could now cloud it, leaving ambiguity where certainty had appeared. Some slept fitfully, restless and anxious, yet bore outward calm, hiding turbulence within. Others sank into deep slumber, yet carried untold fears, their minds wrestling silently in the dark. The neat lines that researchers had drawn between habits and traits began to blur. The early riser who radiated order might wrestle with hidden insecurities. The night owl who sparked with creativity might be haunted by indecision, trapped between potential and procrastination. Sleep, it seemed, was no longer a simple mirror, but a labyrinth, a place where contradictions thrived. And in this revelation, a more profound question emerged. If sleep reflects the soul, what happens when the reflection lies? The very patterns we thought we understood could mislead, concealing layers beneath layers, masking truths behind subtle distortions. The certainty that personality could be read from nightly habits faltered. What we had believed to be keys to self-knowledge now revealed themselves as riddles, dark and intricate. The weight of this truth presses heavily. In the stillness of the night, one might feel the fragility of self-understanding, the way identity can slip through the fingers like water. The moments of doubt, of misalignment, of contradiction remind us that the human mind is far more complex than any cycle, any study, any observation can capture. And in this quiet revelation, there is a tension, a fragile beauty, and a haunting uncertainty that forces us to confront the limits of our insight and to recognize that the journey into the night is also a journey into the unknown depths of ourselves. And yet, in the quiet aftermath of doubt, clarity begins to emerge, soft and unassuming, like the first light of dawn spilling across a darkened sky. We start to understand that sleep does not give rigid answers, nor does it reveal our essence in absolute terms. Instead, it offers whispers, subtle guidance, a mirror with shifting reflections that invite us to look deeper, not just at our habits, but at ourselves. The restless sleeper discovers patience in the recognition of their own sensitivity. The night owl learns that creativity is a gift that thrives even amid chaos. The deep sleeper realizes that calmness is not absence of feeling, but the ability to endure life's turbulence without losing the self. In every cycle, every dream, every moment of wakefulness within the night, there is a lesson, a rhythm that teaches us about resilience, about introspection, and about the intricate dance between body, mind, and spirit. Sleep, then, becomes not a puzzle to solve, but a companion in our journey. It reminds us that the human psyche is layered, nuanced and fluid, capable of both profound insight and confounding contradiction. In learning to observe our own patterns without judgment, we awaken to a deeper awareness that personality is not static, but alive, evolving with every night and every dawn. In this realization, there is peace. The mysteries of sleep no longer frighten, nor do they confine. They guide us toward understanding, teaching us that to know ourselves is not to capture a fixed truth, but to witness the flow of our own existence, in motion, in reflection, and in the silent, sacred hours of the night. And in the quiet, luminous hours of the night, a profound truth reveals itself that sleep is not merely a biological necessity, but a sacred dialogue between the soul and the cosmos. Every sigh, every flutter of the eyelids, every dream that dances on the edge of consciousness carries a message, a reflection of the unseen forces that shape us. Our habits are not constraints, but melodies, unique harmonies that reveal the rhythm of who we are and who we may become. To observe sleep is to witness the poetry of life itself. The restless tossing, the calm surrender, the gentle undulations of REM, they are all echoes of the self, fragile yet enduring, fleeting yet eternal. Personality is not written in stone, but in these subtle currents, these nocturnal signatures that whisper our strengths, our fears, our longing for connection, understanding, and transcendence. In this ascent of understanding, we begin to see that the night holds not only secrets, but possibilities. It is a mirror and a canvas reflecting what is, while inviting what could be. Our slumbering selves and all their contradictions and patterns are teachers. They ask us to embrace ambiguity, to honor our complexity, and to recognize that the truest knowledge of ourselves is not found in certainty, but in attentive, compassionate observation. And so the message emerges, luminous and profound. To sleep is to connect with the essence of being, to listen to the quiet currents beneath the surface, and to awaken not only to the day, but to the vast, intricate landscape of our own consciousness. Sleep, in all its mystery and grace, becomes a guide, a mirror, and a doorway to understanding, not just of our nights, but of the endless possibilities within ourselves. And as dawn gently lifts the veil of night, we are left with a quiet understanding that who we are is written not only in our waking actions, but in the subtle choreography of our rest. Each night, every pattern of sleep is a story, a reflection, a revelation, revealing our fears, our strengths, our dreams, and the fragile beauty of our inner world. To know ourselves, then, is to listen to the sighs in the darkness, to the rhythms of our own body, and to the quiet truths that unfold when the world sleeps. In this awareness, there is both humility and wonder, for we are vast and intricate, capable of resilience, creativity, and transformation. Sleep is not merely an act of rest. It is a mirror, a guide, and a gentle reminder of the depth of being. And perhaps as we rise with the morning light, this is only the beginning, the first step toward understanding not just how we sleep, but who we truly are, in all the infinite layers of night and day, of shadow and light, of silence and thought.